How to deal with negative emotions. Human beings live with many issues in life. Sometimes, the issues trigger negative emotions such as fear and anger. Having negative emotions is natural and undeniable. It's the response of our mental to the situation way throughout. How to deal with negative emotions? Find the way to through it in healthy way. It's very challenging to cope with anger, fear, anxiety, and other negative feelings. But when you find the best way to deal with them, you'll find your life lots better and more wonderful. In this video, we are going to exhibit you the way to cope with negative feelings. Make sure you watch this video until the end. Types of negative emotions. As mentioned earlier, negative feeling or negative emotions are the normal reaction to certain events or experiences in this life. Sometimes, the feelings are unpleasant and distressing. The common types of negative emotions are anxiety, fear, anger, hate, disgust, contempt, jealousy, regret or guilt, sadness, loneliness, shame, and insecurity. Those negative feelings can stem from a wide variety of sources, such as the result of specific experiences or events. For example, you are upset when your boyfriend suddenly cancels your date because his mom is sick, or you're angry that your friend comes so late to your scheduled lunch together. Besides, negative emotions also may arise from different life aspects, including 1. Relationship conflict. Problems that come from interpersonal relationships are the common cause of the negative feelings. The problem may arise in relationship with family, partner, friend, co-worker, and more. 2. Unmet needs. It's normal to feel sad, envy, angry, lonely and upset when your needs are not being fulfilled. We all have several needs such as physical, emotional, social, psychological, or spiritual in nature. 3. Poor coping skills. Our busy life will cause stress that also trigger to a wide variety of negative emotions. If you don't have poor skill to manage it, it often ends up making the problem worse or inviting new problems to the situation. Sometimes, negative emotions are only the short-term reactions to the events that occur in life. So it's normal and it will pass you by if you can handle it well. Unhealthy ways of coping negative emotions. Unfortunately, many people are having poor skill in coping with the negative emotions. People often turn to unhelpful or even destructive ways of coping with them. Here are some unhealthy ways in coping negative emotions which are relieving contemporary but can make problems worse in the long run. 1. Ignoring emotions. Some people often ignore their feeling, such as stuffing anger. It's not the healthiest way to deal with the feeling. It does not make them disappear, generally speaking, but can arise them to come out in different way and time. For example, you are so upset at work but then yelling your kids at home to release your anger. Don't ignore them. Anger is the signal that what you are doing in your life isn't working. You will not make any changes by ignoring them. 2. Ruminating on emotions. Have you ever ruminating your feelings? It also involves resentment, dwelling on anger, and other uncomfortable feelings. Just listen to your feelings, then take the steps to let them go. So you can continue your life with more positivity. 3. Withdrawal or avoidance. You might also often find yourself withdraw or avoid something or someone that triggers the negative emotions. Therefore, you don't need to experience the uncomfortable feelings. You can set boundaries with the cause, but avoidance coping may improve negative emotions worsen the long run. 4. Destructive or risky behaviors. We also often find people who do self-harm behaviors in order to deal with the negative or distressing emotions. In the long run, it may cause problems with both emotional and physical health. These kind of people feel that they have releasing the emotions by drinking too much alcohol, or other self-harm behavior, but actually there is no change at all. How to cope with negative emotions. Negative emotions are not something you need to avoid in this life. It's natural reaction which tells us that something wrong or unexpected. Fortunately, there are some productive ways to cope with the distressing emotions. 1. Understand your emotions. The first step to regulate your negative emotions with the healthy way is by pinpointing the situations that create stress and negative feelings in your life. Looking at the source of the stress and your reaction may give the valuable information. Negative emotions may arise from triggering event, such as conflict with partner, or overwhelming workload. Sometimes, it's also triggered by your thoughts surrounding an event. Just understand your emotion and the cause. The way you interpret what happened can alter how you feel the experience and whether or not it causes stress. The key purpose is to see the problem so you can make changes which is necessary. 2. Change what you can. If you can understand our emotions and what is causing them better than before, then you can start taking steps to address the issue. You need to eliminate or minimize the stress triggers. This way will make you feel less negative emotions in life. Several steps you can consider are: cutting down on work stress. You can delegate the task, set the boundaries, and seek the support. Learn practices of assertive communication to manage relationship conflicts. Change the negative thought patterns through a process known as cognitive restructuring. However, not every cause of stress can be eliminated or changed. So you need to avoid ruminating about what you can't change and you can't control, then focus on things you can control. 3. Find an outlet. You also need to make change in your life to cut down on negative feelings. Although it won't eliminate the triggers. Make changes in your life and bring less frustration. Find the outlet to deal with the emotions. Focus on things that make you happy, such as self-care or exercise. Regular exercise will help to provide an emotional lift and become a good outlet for negative emotions. Besides, you also can try to do meditation for 15 minutes every day. It can help you to find some inner space to work with so your negative emotions do not make you feel overwhelmed. Find opportunities to get more, have fun and laugh, so you can relieve stress and change your perspective. Keep in mind that everyone's abilities and needs are different. Try the method that works best on you and your situation. Once you have found it, you will be less overwhelmed when negative feelings arise. 4. Accept your emotions. The last but not least, the healthy way to deal with your negative feelings is by accepting the emotions. Learn to accept negative emotions and manage the feelings. I know that it's difficult at first, but by time you will know what to do when negative emotions suddenly arise. Acceptance also means that we acknowledge that we are feeling angry, afraid, frustrated, and sad. Instead of trying to avoid the feeling, just allow them to exist without dwelling on them. Realize that the feelings are only temporary and do not allow them harm you. Negative emotions is only the part of our life, even when you tend to have positive outlook. Positive and negative always exist in our life and make our life balanced.